So get loud, 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 loud. I could take you to the top. 절대 멈추지 못해. 내가 끝내주는 bad gal, gal, gal. And when I start to talk like that, oh, you know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with the wild in my veins. You can hear it in my growl, 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 growl. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. 다 할 수 없는 배분. 나와 되길 원한 늘 확신해. We got it all in our hands now. So can you handle what we're all about? We're so tough. Let's get it, show you out. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. You ready for this?
Let's go.
See, 언제든지 내 모습 매직 단 한 번에 내가 잡아 절대 기죽지 않지. 펴펴 네가 뭘 알아. 견딜 수 없어 원해도 원하는 게 얼굴에 보여. I'm troubling you running it. I'm so cold. When I move that way you gon' be so blown. I'm the realest in the game. Said I'm on fire with the blade. You're about to hear my name ringing in your head like whoa. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. We so tough. Let's get it, show you out. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. 난 멈추지 않아. We go hard. We pop stars. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. They're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it costs. The scars collected all their lives. When everything's lost, they pick up their hearts and avenge defeat. Before it all starts, they suffer through harm just to touch a dream. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Irish Collegiate Esports Collegiate League Div 1 between IADT Esports and UCC NetSoc Rebels. There was a little bit of a mix-up, a little bit of tech issues as well, and we are finally into Champion Select. I'm Dara Jackson-McCone. Joining me is Rob. I will dominate Doyle. And we are at Champion Select for the first game.
Yes, we are, and right off the bat we can see the Vagar target ban, or Rangar target ban straight out. Vladimir, not too sure about that, though. And so far we've already seen the draft phase because
Yes,
that
we
was having
have.
a lot of technical issues. There's a couple of very interesting picks, and we will be able to talk about that a little more as they come onto the screen, as you will see right about now.
Right about now. Now, there we go. So it's a Shen going to be locked in. We're going to see a Poppy being locked in on the other side for the side of IADT. So let's talk about this matchup a little bit. We were saying in the downtime that we're expecting the Poppy to kind of have the advantage.
Yeah, well, as we all know, Poppy can stop any sort of hard engage. With her, again, the Q percent health damage onto a Shen that wants to build health, wants to build armor. He wants to get that taunt to start the team fights. If Poppy can negate that taunt, it stops the engage. A counter engage can come. So it's a very, very situational on that top side. And in the mid lane, the Morgana is in the mid for this, apparently.
I think they're not in the right order there. I think it's... Well, they're going to lock in a Cassidy later on, unless that was a flex pick or... Yeah, it could have been placeholder, yeah. It must have been a placeholder, but we just didn't find out.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it once it comes up.
Yeah.
But there's the Lysandra anyway being locked in, Rek'Sai being locked in for Darkstelion. We'll have those comfort picks for him. He's known in the scene for a long time. He's one of those kind of veteran junglers, and Rek'Sai is one of his comfort champions.
Yeah, again, Rek'Sai, we all know at the minute, very strong early game jungler. So I'd like to see a lot of early pressure from that Rek'Sai because of how hard the Rek'Sai falls off in the later stages of the game. But no, it will be the Cassidy and lock-in again.
Yeah,
so
they're just not in the right place.
Yeah. Again, we all know about Casa win, get to that level 16 and take the game over. Lysandra needs to do a really good job of keeping him down early, which I would really like to see. I'd like to see the Rek'Sai maybe put a bit of pressure into that mid lane to keep that Cassidy behind.
Well, we'll see if he will decide to do that. Rek'Sai has great ganking with the Flash and Burrow as well early, but the Jarvan on the other side has a Flag Drag from level 2 if he wants to go that route in his abilities. So a lot of early potential from these two junglers, Deviant, AD, and Darkstelion. But the bot lane is kind of where I want to focus at this point for the last 25 seconds. Lucian into Tristana.
Lucian into Tristana. Again, Tristana is that hypercarry, you know, that 6-item win condition because she scales so ridiculously well, where Lucian gets that 2-item power spike and really take a game over. So I would really like to see a lot of pressure to the bot side, the Morgana hitting them bindings, the Lucian getting in, doing the DPS, getting them first bloods, and snowballing from there.
Well, we'll talk about the rest of the draft when we are into the game. We're just going to take that 3-minute break, and we'll be back very soon for the first game of the night.
Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment. Now is your time, so prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push to heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Rise. Welcome to the climb up, reach for the summit. Visions brave and one false step lead the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. They will remember you. It is you fight among the dead beneath the dirt. Or do you know yet? Or do you want it? And when the giants call to ask you what you're worth, do you know it? We don't die. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Pick up your weapon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the Rift for the first game in this best of two between UCC NetSoc Rebels and IADT Esports. And now immediately pings are coming out from both sides, especially from the side of IADT. They're going for that normal line of scrimmage, except for on the side of UCC, who maybe are trying to prevent some level 1 shenanigans from happening.
Yeah, as we see Morgana getting that Spell Thieves collection there. Both teams very hesitant to make any sort of shenanigans happen. As we can see, the Rek'Sai position smack bang in the center of the mid lane. Always a good indication. Give the enemy a bit of confusion to where he is going to start.
Nothing actually going to happen at this level 1 point. No invades coming from either side. Nothing really available for them at that level 1 point. There's no huge amount of level 1 utility except on the side of the Morgana, of course, if you want to start off on the binding.
As we see, she took the pull to try and get that lane dominance over the Tristana and the Lulu. That to me indicates she wants to be pushing that lane, wants to be getting them under the tower and missing that CS to slow that Tristana down, which again is very, very smart when we think about it.
But that will open up maybe a point for Darkstelion to come into the bottom lane, get that flash and burrow that we talked about during Champion Select, and maybe make something happen, help snowball Rusty Tail and AC Lucy in that bot side.
Yeah, that could happen. But as we see, he has started on the top side of the map, maybe looking to get that Shem put behind to give that Poppy a bit more priority in that lane. Trade can get on the mid lane as well. Captain takes the worst into that trade actually.
Now, where we're expecting this early jungle priority to go is there's a little bit of trading bot and mid. As you said, Darkstelion towards that top side on his Krugs can go for a gank onto Burn Dog, but J4 is towards his bot side, took his red, he's onto his chickens now as well. So where are we hoping or expecting this early priority?
I would be thinking the mid lane would be the early priority, if not the bot lane. again, with 2 tanks locked on the top side, it's kind of that whole wet noodle fight alone on an island sort of situation there. I don't really see much pressure going there, but as you can see, both junglers.
Yeah, we'll get the binding land down as well as the soil goes flash aggressively from AC Lucy. Has to use the heal, burning down. That's first blood, goes over to Washi Kobe.
I wasn't even watching what happened there. Wow, I was too busy talking about the junglers top side. Again, you cannot disrespect Lucian and Morgana. That level 2 is so ridiculously good for them too.
Did use a lot of mana, but got that first blood for himself. Going with the Guardian to negate a little bit of this poke in the bot side. Used the heal, used the flash from AC Lucy as well, but wasn't enough to keep him alive. 3 summoners burned on the side of UCC, and they did secure first blood. Unfortunately, it's not on the AD carry.
Yeah, but on the hindsight, the amount of experience going to be lost there from the Lulu. Lulu's squishy enough as it is without being put behind. The shields aren't going to be as potent. That delayed level 6. Oh, and
but in the top side, we'll get knocked back, knocked up as well. This should be a kill going through, but Spirit's Refuge might be enough. Flash forward by Darkstelion doesn't have enough damage at this early stage, even with the Conquerors, and that was very well played by Burnduck.
Yeah, done very well to get out of that situation. But again, Flash burnt on top side and bot side of the map. Every jungler's stream, really. So the Shen has to play very respectfully, as well as Lulu.
He does burn his TP to get back to the lane, try and not miss that much CS, miss that much experience as well, but the wave will be pushed in towards his tower. If he can get a nice freeze here, it might help him out.
Yeah, he definitely needs to freeze that lane up, just because Poppy has more dueling potential than the Shen. And with no summoners, he really can't afford to go too far up that lane. With the Rack side, he can just come straight across the wall. But in the mid lane, as we can see, the Kassadin, very low on health, very low on mana. I would like to see the jungler maybe roam in, just even help relieve that pressure, get that lane pushed to the red side, and get him a safe back.
He's actually decided to go for the Electrocute for that all-in combo potential, rather than what we see sometimes where you see an Airy or a Comet for that poke in lane just to try and sustain through, or even with the fleet footwork that we sometimes see.
Yeah, I was going to mention about the fleet footwork casting. I've seen a lot of that lately, just because he is so squishy and he sort of needs that sustain to help him stay in lane, because until he gets to about level 12-ish, when he gets them 2 items, he's potent to fight back. But as we can see in the bot lane here, again, Lucian getting a big wave to push onto that tower. It's going to be so much CS missed. But
he's going to get a lot with that charge onto the minions though, so if he can try and push back this wave here, he might be able to pick up most of that CS, if not all of it, and narrow that gap between the 2 AD carries. Still has that assist on the Lucian, so he will be a little bit more gold up as the binding will land on the tower. That's just heat-seeking almost at this point. They do know Darkstelion's towards that bot side, going for an invade onto the Krugs and maybe looking for a way in. But the Flag and Drag is there from Deviant AD, or gets the charge down and looking for some damage here. Kydra looking to put the hurt back down onto Rusty Tail, as the satchel charge will not be enough and will get the rocket jump away from the binding.
them bindings have been hitting left, right, and center. Maybe an early QSS wouldn't be such a bad idea after the BF sword. But the Rek'Sai very hesitant to come down to the bot side to help out with that fight.
Well, you can't really blame him for not wanting to go down there. J4 was already making his presence known. It was pushed up. Not a lot of avenue for him to try and arrest some control in this lane, as there's just going to be some more trading back and forth, and still, again, on the top side, just a wet noodle fight.
Yeah, not expecting too much action or any solo kills from the top side. Two tanks are going to beat each other around for a while, farm up, and then rotate mid for the team fights. But as we can see, the two junglers are meeting for Crab. And by the looks of it, it's going to go over to the Darkstelion because Lysandra has priority.
Yeah, could have Wokai rotate down, but they're just going to give that up. They have the presence of the bot lane as well, and the Shen not doing that badly in this top side, actually even on farm, might be able to pick up a lot of the CS coming underneath the tower as the binding will land again. The Dark Soul comes out. Kydra looking to find the damage onto AC Lucy. He will find it. Actually, it will go over to Woshikobi instead. Another kill onto the support, but another assist onto the AD carry.
Them dark bindings just don't seem to be missing, and the Lulu just can't do anything about it. the only thing I can say is they need to play a lot more respectfully. They were heavily out of position in that lane, and it was a very greedy route to take trying to back the tower.
And he didn't even have his flash back up. It's not even back up now that he's been respawned. That's going to be back up in maybe 2 or 3 seconds. And then he can use that 5 minutes later. He'll be able to use it again. So you need to try and use your fancy feet in that bottom side as AC Lucy to try and get away from these bindings. Otherwise, it's just going to keep happening. Lulu will just keep dying as Electrocution will proc in the middle lane. Looking for an opening here for the Jarvan, but ooh, actually Realm warps forward. Squiggle will be going down eventually. Oh, why would you take that?
That was a major misplay. I don't think he meant to take that passage.
I was actually full on ready to cast that. He was going underneath the safety of his tower, actually manages to get out, almost gets the kill, but then he goes back and just gives up a free kill to the cast, and he has enough to get his Catalyst of Aeons. He has 2 stacks on that Dark Seal as well now, and he could be sitting pretty in the middle lane.
Yeah, and let's not forget he does have a CS advantage. He's backed and got a Blasting Wand, and well, the Crystal's not really too much to talk about because it doesn't give any battle stats, but he is getting closer to that Rod of Ages. And bear in mind, it is 8 minutes into the game, and he has.
I think that's the 4th or 5th binding that's landed onto the Lulu this game so far, and Rusty Tail has to use his Rocket Jump to get away. They have all the pressure that they want in the world in this bottom side, and J4 looking to rotate back down, make another gank happen. If he does go through that river there, he'll be spotted out by this control ward here, so good vision coming out from IADT, but doesn't seem to be enough as Deviant is looking to take this fight. Flag drag in, forced to flash out. Jaxili on Cataclysm will come through as well. Will he be able to get away? Doesn't have his flash available just yet. Red will be burning down. One more hit will do it. He secures a kill, but Squiggle is there in a 1 versus 3. If Binding will land, he won't be able to take the claw away. And gonna try and give it out to the AD carry, but Deviant will be picking up the double kill.
That Morgana is insane at the minute. Like, honestly, insane. No matter what is happening, the Morgana's there to help, Morgana's there to shield, Morgana's there to lock down, and at the minute, I can't fault this gameplay. It has been absolutely fantastic.
And to be fair to IADT, they are coming in as the underdogs to this game because they have 1 win and 3 losses so far in the league, and UCC have 1 win, 2 ties, and 1 loss. So they are coming in as the statistical, well, a high priority team, the one that we expect to be winning.
Yeah. But as we can see in the top side here, we still have the little more wet noodle fights. And I just want to talk about the vision for a second. Like, if you look at blue side vision, they have got control wards on every entrance to the jungle to keep track of that right side, make sure there's no counter invasion shenanigans going on. So I really like the way they've got their vision set up. And right now the Morgana is looking for more of them heat-seeking free kill missiles.
Almost free kills at this stage. If he keeps landing those bindings, he has his soul shackles available now as he's reached that level 6 mark. Doesn't have the wild growth for AC Lucy on the bottom side. Still level 5 on the Lulu because of the 2 deaths, and looking for to make something happen. No, Squiggle will just peace out here. Doesn't want to take this 1 versus 2. Doesn't have the priority on the bottom side with his AD carry and support, but Wokai. He's sitting in the brush. Will go forward with the Rift Walk. Squiggle down to half health already. Can he get away? He doesn't have the claw available just yet. Waiting on the cooldown. Flag drag in. Cataclysm will secure that kill.
Again, all comes down to vision. No vision whatsoever in that river, and took a greedy route to walk back up it. Gaston's seen his window of opportunity and reap the rewards.
Now going to find a pick on the bottom side. Binding will land again. Kydra didn't want to go aggressive there in the bottom, but Woshikobi just keeps hitting these bindings over and over, and the Guardian, it's actually working out for them. It's one of those picks where you can pick Airy or Guardian at this point on support Morgana, and if they land another Binding, Soul Shackles comes out. This should be a double kill coming through. We'll go golden, and that's another stun up onto AC. Lucy Hill be going down to Deviant ADR. Double kill coming through for the side of UCC, and Daxtelion, he's looking to try and clean this up. I don't think you can. 1 versus 3. He has to try and unburrow away. Flag and drag. We'll get the follow-up, get the knock-up with the unburrow as well, but Woshikobi looking forward to get that heat, seeking Binding once again on the backside. In comes the ult available from Squiggle, and he just doesn't do anything with it. Poppy comes in as well. We'll get the Stand United available as well. We'll use it, and they're just going down, being torn down. Lucian picks up a kill.
Really good collapse there. I really like that. Darkstelion, I think he overstayed a little bit too much. He came into the fight, realized that he wanted none of it. He should have just pieced out and called it quits on that. Instead, they decided to take a really bad team fight, and they paid the price heavily. Not sure if that was the right call to make, but they made the call, and it is what it is, I suppose.
On the board, they have 1 kill on the Lissandra onto Squiggle. That'll help him out a little bit, building towards that Lunen's Echo. Darkstelion, he's going into the enemy jungle and gets spotted out by Control Ward, but I don't think you have the pressure or priority in any of the lanes to try and go this aggressive, to try and actually go for this jungle invade.
No, he has no lane priority whatsoever. It's 9 kills to 1. He should... Oh, stop that Binding.
Yeah, but they're looking for to follow it up. Flag and drag. Nope, not gonna get anything here. Just gonna try and play Gatekeeper. And actually on the side, Wokai is looking for it to try and go aggressive potentially. Just gonna get some vision, I think, in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, but the scary thing is, like we were talking about in Champ Slack, that the Rek'Sai is an early game jungler and has had like 0 major impact on the game, and his opponent, the J4, is sitting at 4-0 right now with Warrior finished and working towards that Black Cleaver. He's not in a great situation here to be even thinking about an invade. I really don't know why he considered that at all.
And we can see the J4 just going for this free invade as well, and he might be able to make something onto Squiggle here. And Wokai is in a good situation, actually stacking up that tier. Rod of Ages is also stacking. They're just going to clear away this vision that's going to try and be established from IADT Esports, and they're just clutching at straws almost at this point, vision-wise and even priority-wise.
Yeah, but at the minute they can't really fight for priority, because if we look, Lucian has already finished his Rune King. Casting 4 stacks on that Rod of Ages. He's got the tier stacking now, and it's looking quite bleak at the minute, if I'm being honest.
What would you do on the side of IADT if you were playing for them or coaching for them or doing anything with that team? What would you tell them to do right now? Do they want to go to try and contest this Infernal Drake?
No, they can't. They can't contest it whatsoever. What they need to be doing is laying down vision to try and get picks one by one. That's what we got to do. 1 kill, maybe one kill and 1 assist. Work their way slowly back into this game. But it will come down to 2 picks, because at the minute they can't take a team fight.
Definitely can't. And Binding actually goes wide there, oddly enough. I think that's the first one I've seen that went wide in this game so far. And Daxtelion can't even look at Deviant right now without the help of his team. Gonna try and get the knockup. We'll get the knockup from Dumburrow, but Lissandra doesn't want to take the Claw of Doom into that fight, and now they're just looking for to re-engage on the side of UCC. The culling comes out onto Daxtelion, does a lot of damage, but not quite enough to take him down, and has to get the rotation out from Squiggle, but they're going to lose a tower in the middle lane, and that should be first brick.
That is first brick onto the caster. That's not exactly who you want the first brick to be going to, because he is just going to, well, on the next bag he should be able to finish the Lost Chapter, maybe get a pair of boots, and yeah, this casting's starting to look pretty scary.
Is it FF worthy?
I wouldn't say it's FF worthy, because they can bunker down, and what's the old saying, to just turtle it out. They do scale, as you know, the solo queue dream always says, but it will solely rely now on Tristana, and if it was me, I would be telling everybody to play around this Tristana. Let Tristana farm everything. Just let her get them items.
Isn't that one of the problems though? Because you're against Wokai on this casting, and that in the late game can literally just almost one-shot Rusty Tail on this Tristana. You have the Lulu, yes, that will keep him alive. He'll have the Ardent Sensor, he'll have the ultimate from AC Lucy as well, and we'll actually finish that thought in a second as they're going to collapse on the top side. Flash away from the Cataclysm, Flag Drag is there, Darkstelion is also available. Deviant taking a lot of damage, Stand United gets used, and he will be taking Darkstelion's life, and they're looking for it to get another onto Samu, and he will be going down. Double kill coming through for the Jarvan, and now in the bottom side, has to rocket jump away from the binding. Teleport coming through in the middle lane to save the tower.
That Poppy done so well, holding on for dear life. There's bought so much time, but when there's 3 people jumping on you constantly, it's only a matter of time.
And just to continue that thought from earlier on, where you're relying on the Tristana to almost solo carry this game, but you're against a Kassadin that will one-shot you. You have your jump to get away from the binding or the Cataclysm, but when Wokai can just keep spamming his ult to close that gap, it's going to be really hard for Rusty Tail to try and carry this.
It will come down to the Lulu. If the Kassadin jumps onto the Tristana, it needs to ult, shield, and then Whimsy the Kassadin so the Kassadin can't do any DPS. Give the Tristana a chance to fight back against them. As I say, 6-item Tristana will melt a Kassadin if she gets 3 or 4 autos on them.
With Sanders on the bot side though, will use the Tomb to lock him up, and he should be going down. Free kill over to the side of IADT, doesn't give it over to the Tristana, but will be picked up by Darkstelion there, and that's a good collapse coming out from them. But 11-2, 18 minutes into the game, they're 7,000 gold behind their opponents. It's an uphill battle.
It is an uphill battle, but this is what I was talking about, the need the picks. Yes, there was a 4-man collapse, but they got the kill. They got the pick. Fair enough, it wasn't under the AD carry, but Rek'Sai, not the worst person to get the kill, especially this early on in the game.
And they did pick up Rift Herald off the back of that. It does go over to Deviant AD, or so they can try and knock down a turret. With this, perhaps it will be a tier 2 or a tier 1, let's say, in the bottom side if they want to prioritize that. 1 minute remaining until the next Mountain Drake is available, so they can get pressure for the bot side for that, or they can go and try and contest the Baron, establish vision there.
I honestly think it will be more Baron setup than the Cloud Drake. It just... Yes, the Cloud Drake's nice.
Mountain Drake, my friend.
Oh, sorry, Mountain Drake. With the Mountain Drake, no, there'll definitely be a lot of pressure on the Mountain Drake. 100%. If we look at the vision though, not a lot of vision. There's a control ward, but that's really about it. But this Kassadin has now finished his Archangel staff and nearly fully stacked that Rod of Ages, which is
scary.
Yeah.
And seven stacks on the Dark Steel as well.
Yes, I'm nervous speaking about it, Darksteel. I am so nervous for these guys. Once he finishes that tier off and that Rod's fully charged.
Oh, they're looking for it. We'll use the ultimate as well as the flash to try and get away. Actually gotta poke Darkstelion out. And they looked for the fight. They used double flashes for 1 flash out of Wokai. And now the Rift Herald is being put down in the bottom lane to get pressure there to push the wave, push the tower, and it's just looking more and more dire for IADT. And look, they're putting up so much pressure, such a fight towards this top side, but the Poppy, you just can't do anything against the Kassadin. You're just gonna be going down.
Yeah, that Kassadin, as I said, I was nervous about talking about it because we all know this is the tower of Kassadin.
Yeah.
Kassadin has 2 kills under his belt at 20 minutes of the game, 5 assists, nearly a fully stacked Dark Sable. Things are starting to get out of control in this game.
9 stacks on the Dark Seal, 10 stacks on the Rod of Ages, 3/4 of his Seraph's Embrace stacked as well, and now Squiggle gonna try and get the kill here. Stand United comes through, and I don't think he even needed it. And Squiggle will get the Claw of Doom to safety. Darkstelion looking for to try and maybe get something here, but he has to try and burrow his way to safety, but he won't be able to. The Kassadin will pick up the kill, knockback with a Buster Shot. That's another kill coming through from the side of UCC. Cataclysm will secure yet another one. He's gonna try and walk it out, but Samu will secure that kill, gives it over to AC Lucy actually, as the binding will land onto the Poppy. Wild Growth isn't enough, and they just have so much damage at this point. The Shen picks up his 2nd kill of the game. AC Lucy now going golden, but it is for naught. as Lucian picks up his second kill, and they're just gonna siege in this top lane tower.
The scary part about that fight though was Lucian wasn't even there for it. Like the Lucian only came at the end of the fight. Do you imagine if that was a full 5-on-5 team fight?
They just can't. They really just can't from IADT.
No, I think this is a FF Go Next sort of game. Going forward, do you think we'll see some bans changing the bans?
I think you have to,
Yeah, 100%. I see that Morgana ban and I see a Cassidy ban.
but they prioritize the Kennen, they prioritize the Vladimir, if I remember correctly, and the Rengar as well. So, are these picks, I wonder, that they thought would be more detrimental to their games, and that they could leave up these meta pick with this meta pick of the Jarvan, of the Morgana, Lucian as well, and the Cassidy to a certain extent.
Yeah, well, if you think about it though, like the likes of the Rengar, the Kennen, maybe they were pocket picks that they thought they'd play. As everybody knows, we all have our own champions that we're comfortable on. So maybe there's just target bans to the champions they play most, and not do what's best at the minute. Like I think this Cassidy has been played so clean. This Morgana has this one bind, to my knowledge. That's the sort of stuff you need to look at and say, this is a problem.
I think that's almost an understatement, that this is a problem. It's 17-3, or 23 minutes in, 11,000 gold in favor of UCC. I think you have to ban the Morgana, ban the Cassidy, especially if you're taking an AP mid laner. I mean, he's so confident he has a Magi's Soul Stealer, and he's just gonna keep stacking it. Now 14 stacks, Juxtelion. I don't think he even want to take this fight, even in a 2 versus 1. He will be taking that double kill for himself. Cataclysm comes through, will be knocked back by the Buster Shot. Rusty Tail will be saved by the Poppy momentarily anyway, but Samu might be giving up his life. Flag and Drag will secure that kill, and Samu, you're going down anyway, my friend. Cassidy now 24 stacks on that Magi's Soul Stealer. He has so much AP, he's level 15, so once he reaches level 16, he'll have boss tier status, and nothing, I think, that you can do, I think it's safe to say, from IADT.
No, like we literally see that Cassidy erase the Spanish. Milan hasn't finished a stacking item yet, and Cassidy has really has a fully stacked here. Fully stacked on mages, 24 stacks on the Jayas. He's got the pen boots, and he's working towards Void Staff now. But things are bleak.
I think he's going for a Void Staff. Yeah, sorry, you just said it there. I was just thinking about the rest of the game, and he does actually pick up his Mercury Threads there. Sorry, Sorcerer Shoes.
Yes.
He's picked up his Sorcerer Shoes there, and he picks up his Lich Bane. He has so much damage. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's horrifying to look at, especially for a very squishy team. Not too sure why the Poppy's trying to build a Triforce at this point in the game. Especially if there's a Fed Castle running around, you might want to pick up maybe a Spirit Visage or an Adaptive Helm instead of a Triforce. But
maybe they've given up.
yeah, maybe they're trying to meme a bit now, just have a bit of fun to the end of the game. I honestly think this is the best game too.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh my god! The damage! Double kill, triple kill will come through as well. Will he get the quadra kill? They're gonna try and give it to him, but J4 will pick that up. Squiggle is just there as the gatekeeper, but he can't do anything. Guardian Angel on Deviant ADR just gonna sustain himself a little bit with his ultimate. Binding yet again will land. The double kill comes through for Deviant, and that will be the first game going over to UCC NetSock Rebels, and I think it's safe to say you have to try and go for the equalization from IADT and hope that they don't get the Cassidy.
On a Friday note, they did kill the Cassidy.
They did. Well, their Nexus was going down.
See, us as casters, we're half glass, half full type of casters. We like to look at the positives, and they killed that Cassidy, and they killed him well.
They did. They did a good job killing him. Is that the only problem in that game?
The Morgana. The Morgana was playing out of their mind. I mean, fair play. Set up every kill perfectly, hitting every binding bar one that went a little astray. But yeah, if I was looking at this team, I'd be like, yep, that Morgana has to go, that Cassidy has to go, no matter what. If we're giving them a pocket pick, that's fine. But they were absolute monsters this game.
So, ban the Morgana, ban the Cassidy, or pick it potentially for the Morgana as well.
Yeah.
Anything else that you change? Maybe some bans or
I would
picks coming out from
I would take Dark Stelion off
UCC?
Rek'Sai.
Okay.
I just don't think
is
he
it
had enough impact.
Is there a better pick that you prefer to see?
Yeah, there's a couple of different picks. Like I would highly prioritize the J4 because I love J4 as a jungler. He's good early, he's good mid, he's good late. You know, he's just a solid jungler. But again, they might even the likes of a Karthus, so they've got some proper scale on their side as well. Like even with Karthus, Karthus can be very very oppressive in the jungle, and even after level 6. Even in lanes, he doesn't have to gank. You're worried about starting a fight in case you get low enough for that Karthus to come through.
Just that skillful ult, just press it. Like we've seen the gifts of Yankos and several other high tier junglers. Just press R, and then you just get a double kill, triple kill, or even more. And then all those Dark Harvest stacks as well that would be coming through. It's just pretty disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll be going to a short break as we get into the next lobby, and we'll be bringing the second game and last game of the night to you very soon. Don't go anywhere.
Come and run again. You wanna dose of this right now? It's KDA. I'm a goddess with a blade. 소리 쳐봐 내 이름 잊지 못하게. Loud, 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 loud. I could take you to the top. 절대 멈추지 못해. 내가 끝내주는 bag, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when I start to talk that, oh, you know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with the wild in my veins. You can hear it in my growl, 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 growl. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. 다 할 수 없는 대로 나와 되길 원한 늘 확신해. We got it all in our hands now. So can you handle what we're all about? We're so tough. Let's get it, show you up. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard, till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. You ready for this?
Let's go.
See, 언제든지 내 모습 매직 단 한 번에 내가 잡아 절대 기죽지 않지. 펴펴 네가 뭘 알아? 견딜 수 없어 원해도 원하는 게 얼굴에 보여. I'm troubling you running it. I'm so cold. When I move that way, you gon' be so blown. I'm the realest in the game. Said I'm on fire with the blade. You're about to hear my name, ringing in your head like whoa. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. We so tough. Let's get it, show you up. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard, till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. Oh, 난 멈추지 않아. Oh, oh, we go hard. Oh, we pop stars. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard, till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down.
Welcome back to Game 2 Div 1 Round 5 between IADT Esports and UCC NetSoc Rebels. We are into Champion Select, and the J4 will be taken away. They don't want that impact early game jungler back on the side of UCC.
No, the J4 was very, very good in the early game, I must admit. The Rengar ban again, not too sure why it's getting banned. I could think of another couple of bans that might be coming through.
And Sejuani will also be taken off the table. Another one of the meta picks for Dark Stelion, one of the ones that he's really comfortable on. Just have to wait and see what else will come through. Veigar, interesting to see that banned away, but maybe it's one of the comfort champions for Squiggle, and going to be banning away that Kennen once again. So it's the J4 that they think was the linchpin of the team on the side of UCC.
I would respectfully disagree with that, but again, the teams must have thought the J4 was impactful enough that it deserves the ban. I would really like to say Morgana ban here, otherwise a first pick. The Simmer. Okay.
Yeah, targeted towards Rusty Tail there. And they have to pick something that they think will counter a potential Cassinan pick. And it will be a Teemo. That's probably a placeholder.
Yeah, that is nearly 100% of the time a placeholder.
Hopefully it's a placeholder, although I would love to see a Teemo.
I would love to cast a Teemo because Teemos are so much fun. And there's the Morgana pick locked in again.
Yeah. High priority on that. It's such a good champion right now. And you didn't ban the Cassidy.
Yeah, hate to see it.
Picked in the first rotation. The two picks that we said you have to ban these or pick them because they had such high impact, such disgusting damage, heat-seeking bindings from the Morgana as well. Nope, they decided to leave both up, and they will both be picked by UCC.
Yeah, when we were in that break, me and Darksel had a chat about this, and we both agreed that the Cassidy and Morgana were the most impactful in the previous game. The fact they've locked them two picks in at the very start shown that they feel the same way. But that's a Nunu.
Yep.
Yep.
Your feelings on this pick?
I love Nunu. I love Nunu. And I cannot wait to cast the Nunu just to see that super giant snowball just roll into a lane and look so
just
happy.
rolling. Keep that snowball rolling. No. Okay, so Jinx is going to be locked in for Rusty Tail, building for that mid to late game. We've all been there where the Jinx just one-shots you or double-shots you with her empowered rockets, or you get hit with a cross-map ult from the Jinx. They'll respond with the Lucian. Once again, Lucian Morgana being locked in from the side of UCC. It worked once, why won't it work again?
Exactly, if you've got a winning recipe, why change it sort of thing. I wonder will they adjust their second round of bans, maybe pinch that top lane out or that jungle out?
Maybe get rid of that Shen, since Stand United was so crucial to their team fight as well, and for their pick comp. And they're banning away the Lulu. They don't want to be against that, even though they were able to hit AC Lucy with a lot of bindings. It was crucial to keeping people alive.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Lulu ban because I don't feel like the Lulu is that impactful whatsoever. They must disagree with me personally, but at the minute, like UCC, I don't think have too many worries considering last game. But on the side of IADT, they might have something up their sleeve here for the second round. I would really like to know what this placeholder is, if it's a placeholder.
If it's not a placeholder, that's even more exciting. But they gotta ban away the Nami, don't want the combo of the Jinx traps with the Nami bubble. And I think I'm getting a notification here as to what it is. Nope. It's just a background notification. So we'll update you guys once we find out what the Teemo actually is. And I'm actually dying for it to be a Teemo.
Yeah. The Evelyn ban? Strange. Let's see.
It's actually pretty good right now. I've seen a lot of Diamond and Master tier junglers being like, it's really good. I don't really like it myself. I hate playing against it as well.
Oh, it's Lee Sin. Let's go. I want to see some hypey plays. Love Lee Sin.
Just want to see the insect of the Nunu Willump.
Supports, though, I would really like to see a brand locked in here.
Okay, of course. Of course you do.
Brand
you just love Brand.
Yeah, I do. But Brand would be really good here. And it's going to be the Fiora. Oh, spicy. Oh, it is. It's a Fiora. Oh, now we want to talk about late game. Let's talk about Fiora. That split push menace.
All right, talk to me about this kind of late game matchup. They're not going to be against each other in lane, but the Fiora versus the power of the Kassadin.
That's what I was thinking. Who wins that matchup?
If
I'm not
you
sure.
can, maybe if you can riposte the Fiora, riposte the Null Sphere coming out from the Kassadin, which has the silence, then maybe you'll win that matchup as Fiora. Potentially.
Yeah, but potentially it would really come down to who snowballs harder, I think. Like if it's both full items on each, I would probably give it to the Fiora, just for the lifesteal of the Fiora and the Grand Challenge.
We'll have to see how he itemizes. Might go at Hexdrinker as well for extra
Yeah.
sustainability, extra survivability against the Kassadin, and it also depends on how the Kassadin itemizes.
Yeah, that is true. It also, but we seen there the last pickup was the Poppy. How bad is it going to feel to play Poppy into a Fiora?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
You have her
but-
steadfast presence, which will prevent her from lunging in, but once that's down, awful.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Bramble Vest rush.
But you see, Bramble Vest, the problem with that is when you have the passive crit chance with true damage for the Fiora, you have to build health, you have to build armor, you have to. Even then, there's the crit that does the true damage, so like, it can be very hard to itemize against the Fiora.
It is, but I think the Bramble Vest just to stop the healing from the vital signs.
Mm.
I would think the first back will be a Bramble Vest, then second back Bambi Cinder, and then work into your Sunfire Cape from there.
It'll be interesting to keep an eye on that matchup and see how both them prioritize their item builds. We've seen Titanic Hydra on the Fiora when she's behind. We've seen Ravenous Hydra on her when she's ahead, so that she just snowballs the lane and try and just stomp that Poppy. But we saw Burn Dog on the Poppy in the last game, and he did well against the Shen. He wasn't stomped. Sorry, it was Samu on the Poppy in the last game. He wasn't stomped, so we'll see if he can play the Poppy better than Samu did in the last game.
I think the Poppy played well, all things considered. So I can understand why they're happy enough to keep him on that Poppy. But I really want to know why they keep banning Vigar. It has to be a target ban.
They just, I think, don't want that team fight Kennen with team fight ultimate. Just jump in, stun everyone in a 5-mile radius, and just tear through them.
Dara, I said Vigar.
Oh, Vigar? I thought you said Kennen, sorry. The Vigar, sorry. It's just the Kennen got banned, I was just like, what?
Yeah. No, well, I honestly, Vigar, I don't think is ban worthy at all. Like, he doesn't come online to really late game. Maybe that's why they're picking him, because they want to play the Kassadin. And Vigar, just because of his free AP, can outscale anybody. He's like he's like the AP version of Nasus.
True, but you don't want to go for too much into the late game.
That is true. But they do have some early game presence with Nunu, because Nunu is surprisingly strong in the early game. Oh, it's the Vladimir?
They banned that previously, so we'll have to see if Squiggle can actually help his team go for a tie. It will be their first tie of the Champions League as well, of the Collegiate League, so it's exactly what they want to do. They want to try and get this tie. They don't want to go for another loss and make themselves 1-4.
Yeah, well, nobody wants 2 losses in a row, let's be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
But saying that, they didn't, bar the Kassadin getting out of control, they did show signs of life, and they didn't just roll over and play dead and bleed everything out, unlike our good friends 100 Thieves.
We don't talk about 100 Thieves, okay?
Who? But yeah, they still showed the willingness to take the fights. Even though they may have lost the fights, they still took them. They still showed the initiative to team fight and not give over anything for free. So I'm curious to see how they're going to go, because like everybody knows Vladimir scales into an absolute monster.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got the Fiora, they've got the Vladimir, they've got a very good 4-1 composition. And especially with the Janna to stop any of that engage from the Lee Sin or the Poppy. It'd be curious to see how it all plays out.
My worry for IADT is jungle pressure and jungle priority. Because we saw in the last game, Deviant was doing whatever he wanted. He was just ganking left, right, and center on that Jarvan. And if Nunu Willem can't make his presence known in this early game, then I feel like with Morgana, Washikobi, with the heat-seeking bindings that we saw in the last game, if they just hit onto Dextelion when he's using his giant snowball, then it'll just completely negate any gank pressure that he has.
See, I honestly don't think he will play too much around that bot side. I think it'll be more this mid lane. The Cassidy, pre-level 6, sitting duck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a snowball comes rolling in at 100 miles an hour, twice the size of the Cassidy. He's either going to flash or he's CC'd for days. Because that's slow from Nunu, then the stun, then you'll have the Vladimir just sucking all the health out of you and regenerating. You know, it could be situational. But what I'm really interested in is this Fiora.
Mm-hmm.
I love Fiora. So I would probably say if there's going to be any early game shenanigans, it's going to be to get that Fiora ahead 100%. Because the Vladimir, he can farm safely. He can heal back up from any trades. The Jinx has got the Janna for disengage, shields, wee bit of poke from the Janna as well, just to slow the Lucian down. Where the Fiora needs to get ahead.
Well, we are going to go to a quick break now. We'll be back into the game in just a few short minutes. Don't go anywhere for this last game of the night.
really like is that Vladimir has very little kill pressure as well.
Mm-hmm.
Want to farm up, but in a team fight, I do like the Vladimir a lot more than the Kassadin.
Ooh, they're going for another repeat gank here. Wokai will be hit by the bubble. Oh, that's just enough. And Squiggle just about survives as well thanks to the transfusion.
As I said in the pre-game lobby, that pressure will be on that mid because of the performance from the Kassadin. They burnt a lot of summoners to get it, but they got it.
Oh, that's a nice knock-up. Darkstelion might be going down here, uses those snowballs to great effect, force the flash out of Deviant, but if they stay too long, he might try and go back in. He did burn his flash, though.
Again, advantage to IADT. Darkstelion, very good knock-up on the Lee Sin. Swiggle, very good follow-up damage, and overall, very clean play. I would be very happy if I was in their boots right now. And in the bot side, we can see the Jinx is actually getting quite a healthy lead over the Lucian in the CS department. 28 CS to 20. Fiora and Poppy both stand even. Lee Sin does have a slight advantage in the jungle, which is expected with Lee Sin. He will clear quite a bit faster than Nunu.
So far it's pretty good for IADT. They have a marginal gold lead, 500 gold towards this 5-minute mark. They have the first blood as well over onto Darkstelion. He's getting the pressure put down on the middle lane, which is a lot more than we saw in the last game. Will not get the knock-up in the bottom lane onto Kydra because of the black shield, but the binding will land once again. Washikobi just keeps hitting these repeatedly. Washikobi in a lot of trouble here, but in comes Darkstelion from the side as well. We'll get the knock-up. Morgana has to try and piece out here. Flashes away. Deviant is towards that bot side as well, just to try and absorb some of this pressure.
The health bars on UCC are too low in that bot side to fight back. Jinx and Janna absolutely destroying Lucian and Morgana in this early stage, which is kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
not
maybe-
what you want to see for UCC.
Maybe the Janna is the answer to the Morgana. But in the top side, I'm surprised to see the Poppy stand even. Oh, here's the repeat gank.
This is just a comfort champion for Darkstelion. He's making all the ganks happen in this early stage. One more kill will come through as AC Lucy will pick that up, trading one back in favor of UCC, and Kydra gets put on the board, burns everything to get one back.
Well, if you look at the kills, the kill went to the Janna, but it is 2 assists as well, so gold advantage, I would say, to IADT. But a kill on the Lucian, he's not feeling that bad about that. He wants to be the early game snowball. He's fallen behind CS, he gets a free kill and a red buff, so there's hope yet.
There is still hope for UCC here. 2-1. Now, 800 gold behind, but that's a juicy wave on the top side for Burn Dog as he teleports in, and it actually goes aggressive here. Wokai should be going down. Hemoplague was used, will be picked up by Darkstelion though, and he's making the work happen. As
I said, the Nunu pressure early is very, very underrated, and he's took the Demolish to help take them towers down. Darkstelion, he's a man on a mission this game.
He wants to be the carry, gets the first plate here. Gonna try and get a second one as well, but Lee Sin comes into the mid lane for the pressure, just pushes them off of the tower. Squiggly, not Snuggly, is down below half health, and we'll have to back away.
Again, all the pressure in the mid lane. Backcasting is now 0 and 2. That is double the amount of deaths he had last game. So he's probably not feeling as comfortable as he did in the last game. I honestly think Squiggly isn't overly comfortable on Lysandra, probably picked it just for the draft of the team, where Vladimir is more than likely a very, very comfortable pick for him. And he's just reaping the rewards. That's 2 assists on him. Still dead even in CS, but if we look, he's got that there Fiendish Codex, he's got the Tome, and he's got 1 stack on his Dark Seal as opposed to a tier.
Wokai doesn't have any stacks on his Dark Seal, so Hanger Pool has to be used. Doesn't have his ultimate available to try and get some health back. Knight goes down swiftly. Not any huge amount of trouble just yet, and he will manage to walk it out. Darkstelion is there just for good measure. Can he hit the largest snowball ever? We'll just try to walk around, but won't be able to land it. He will choose to try and fight Wokai now. He doesn't have a huge amount of damage. He's building tanky Nunu. Resonating Strike will not land. We'll get the last hit back and won't be able to get anything.
I'm surprised Wokai got so aggressive there with Squiggle and he got the better end of the trade.
It's the electrocute. It's just doing so much damage.
Yeah, it is playing out dividends for him, but I just want to touch on the scaling of this Cassidy. If the Cassidy is doing that much damage to Squiggly with 0 AP under his belt, to nearly a finished proto belt, what way is that going to turn out into the later stages? I'm curious about. It's not a matchup I've seen a lot. Is a Vladimir versus Cassidy.
Ooh, Darkstelion has to smite his Krugs just to stay alive, sustain himself. Bot lane will be heading up. Sub-Zero gets used, has to flash away. Deviant will be going down, gives overkill to Squiggly. That's exactly what you want on your Vladimir. Help him scale towards that mid to late. Didn't have his Ignite available, so might be able to make something happen in the middle lane with Wokai. He doesn't have his Hemo Plague, but still, he does have a kill.
Yeah, the Vladimir definitely needed that just to try and get that Proto Belt finished as soon as possible. The Proto Belt is such an efficient item on Vladimir. It's got, we got a fight breaking out? Nope. I was saying about the Proto Belt for Vladimir, it's such an efficient item. It gives him health, it gives him CDR, it gives him AP, gives him mobility, and it's less than 3k. You know?
And you can use it in your Sanguine pool.
Yeah. So that's even more damage for his ult.
And that's going to be another plate going over to Squiggle as well in the middle lane, thanks to the pressure that he got from that last fight. So he's just going to keep stacking this gold, and actually they're confident enough to go into the enemy jungle. Bot lane will help him out. Kobe in a lot of trouble here. Actually flashes Hemo Plague wasn't used because he doesn't have it available. Goes golden just to sustain himself by some time. Passing over on the side, gonna try and make the work happen. AC Lucy will be going down. Wokai has to flash away. He will survive just a little bit longer, but red buff will be burning him out. Double kill comes through for Deviant ADR, and they bit off more than they could chew from the side of IADT. Resonating Strike will not connect for it to get the triple, but they are finally back in this game.
That was so greedy. So greedy from UCC. But again, the Lee Sin played that so cleanly. And I really don't know what else to say, but it was over aggression more than anything. Like, they had no reason to try and go in and take a blue buff. I don't know.
It didn't seem like they were going there just for the buff, because they went for the buff and they were like, oh, wait, while we're here, we may as well try and pick up some kills. I think they picked up maybe 1 kill, if any, in that fight, and then they gave up 3?
Yeah, the lead they had, they've completely thrown it away with that play. But
200 goal difference now.
Yeah, but if we look, as I was saying about the Poppy, First item, Bramble Vest, probably the best you can take into Fiora. And the Lucian is still getting bullied in this early stage by Jinx, which is really strange, because the Lucian is single-handedly the strongest early game AD carry at the minute.
That's just why he's such a high priority for most teams.
Yeah, and he's getting pushed around something awful by Jinx, and Jinx is a scaling champion. So I'm curious to see which way this bot lane, like, the AD carry differential goes into the later stages of this game.
We will have to keep our eyes on that. Rusty Tail has his Super Mega Death Rocket available if he wants to try and get a snipe across the map, and just all around it feels like as if this game is much more in favor of IADT than we saw in the last game. They seem much more comfortable, even when Squiggle is taking a lot of damage in this middle lane. Hemo Plague gets used, he has a Sanguine Pool available, doesn't feel the need to use it, just gets some chip damage really down onto Wokai. Has to use it there, Ignite goes down as well, but you have to feel he's going to be going down here. Transfusion sustains him a little bit, doesn't feel confident enough to going for this kill in the mid lane, doesn't know where Darkstelion is at this point.
Again, the Poppy made a very good roam down there to try and secure the kill, but if you look, the Nunu is there with the biggest snowball ever, Goes in, the Poppy is there.
Knock up, knocked back. In comes the Lee Sin as well, gets a knock up with the Keeper's Verdict, has to flash away. Resonating Strike will be followed up upon, but is that Lee Syndrome? It is! He will be going down, shut down gold, goes over to Squiggle. Squiggle manages to survive, they're gonna go back in on this. They have the Fiora off to the side, will be onto the Poppy. Super Mega Death Rocket got used for the assist, and Dark Stelion picks up a kill onto the Cassidon.
That was such a weird fight. Why did the Lee Sin take the Q when he knew the Sanguine foot was up? I know his mind was telling him no, but his body told him yes, that age-old story. And now the Poppy looks like he might be caught. Nope, Poppy's safe.
He's caught out a little bit, but he has enough of maneuverability to try and get away. Still has his flash if he felt the need to use it, but he decided to hold off, and it was the right call. Even with the Sub-Zero from Dark Stelion, he didn't get enough of a slow or enough of a stun to try and get the kill.
No, not at all. But now that Cassidon is 0-3-3 to a 2-0 Vladimir, who is almost... He should have his Proto Belt on this next back, I believe. Yep, there is the pickup for the Proto Belt. And he's got the Fiendish Codex for more CDR, so he's sitting on 20% CDR right now. He's got to be feeling pretty good for that Vlad. And now the Poppy and Fiora are sort of slugging it out.
Poppy didn't really seem to care there when he was just taking free damage from Samu. He was stealing some damage back as well, so even with the vitals, doesn't really seem to care too much. Has 2 Ruby Crystals and that Bramble Vest as well as the Ninja Tabby, so he's pretty tanky at this point. Samu doesn't have his first item built.
I do like the Ninja Tabby pickup along with the Bramble Vest. It negates so much of Fiora's damage and healing. Plus, the Bramble Vest gives him Fiora damage back for the damage she does. And now there's the Bammy Cinder pickup. Called it.
You are a color caster.
But yeah, the Poppy is itemizing perfectly against this Fiora. And very soon, the Fiora won't be able to push the Poppy back as much. The Fiora will need about 2, maybe her 3rd item before she can really be a threat to that Poppy. And as we can see, the Proto Belt is now in play. Vladimir is wave clearing like a monster. And Dark Stelion picks up the Rift Herald, just because every lane has been so preoccupied.
I'd actually like to be going up towards the top side with the Rift Herald. Largest snowball ever, I think, has been used here. No, it turns out it hasn't. I was wondering why it didn't show up on the map there, but they decided to hold off on the Rift Herald anyway and use that elsewhere.
I think they'll be looking the Rift Herald for the mid lane. Crack it open, that way they get the full topside coverage so they can start playing around this Baron. But no, it has to be the mid lane because they want the freedom for the Fiora split push. They want to get the vision down the top side. They don't want any collapses coming in. So yeah, I'd be very shocked if they played it anywhere else other than mid.
They might be able to collapse here onto the Lee Sin. Chompers comes out, will not catch him. Zap will connect, though, has to try and ward hop to safety. Doesn't have the help of his bot lane as they have backed, but won't actually be able to catch him out. Dragon will be spawning, will be a Cloud Drake in the next 20 seconds or so, so might not really want to contest around this. They don't really care too much about Cloud Drakes normally, but Rift Herald gets used in the bottom side.
I'm shocked by that. I'm really shocked that, because the Jinx has been dominating this lane all game long. Oh,
he's actually going aggressive underneath the tower. Huma Plague wasn't enough, and he'll just be going down. Shutdown Gold goes over to the Cassidon, picks up his first kill, uses both summoners on both sides. So you'd call that worth for Wokai. Wokai, he's finally on the board.
Yeah, 100% worth. But that was, again, Squiggly just over aggressive there. And the snowball is coming.
Hits him, hits the tower as well. Wokai picked up by the cross map snipe in the middle lane. And that's going to be another kill coming through. Burn Dog actually manages to get away, and he won't be getting out of this too soon for the Fiora. He'll just be going down. Dark Binding connects, and Dark Stelion will be hit by the Resonating Strike, and double kill comes through for Divin AD or so, going too aggressive for IADT, and they're just being punished every time.
So aggressive, like every time they build a healthy lead, they just get too aggressive, maybe too cocky, too confident maybe, and just throw it all away. Like if we look at the goal difference now, it's only a 1k goal lead.
Well, there was a bigger discrepancy between the two AD carries earlier on. It was about 20 CS difference between the two, and now it's barely even 10, and it just feels like the Lucian's starting to come back a little bit more into the game, even though the Jinx traditionally has the scaling.
Well, the Lucian has finished that Blade of the Rune King, and that is a huge spike for Lucian, because all he needs to do is hit the active on the Blade and just stick to a target and just run them down. But if we look, the Cassin has took his... No, he's going for Morale-Nomicon to slow the healing down of the Vladimir. Very smart itemization. Delaying that Rod of Ages, he must feel a sense of urgency about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last game he was in a safe lane, he was bullying the Lissandra. This game, he's feeling the pressure. So that's going to be a delayed spike on that Cassidon, which is exactly what UCC should be hoping for. Sorry.
IADT.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks.
We don't have nameplates on ours, so it can get a bit confusing sometimes.
Just a tad. But anyway, both teams looking towards this Drake at the minute. There is a ward in the pit, and they have not swept it. Oh, there it is now.
But it'll just be a free Cloud Drake, it seems, trying to be contested by Washikobi, but they don't have the Lee Sin around the area. He's towards the mid lane. Biggest snowball ever comes out as well. Binding will land onto the Vladimir though. Washikobi just trying to push them back a little bit. Doesn't need the black shield really, but use it just in case it managed to connect there. And Flame Chompers comes out. Please don't get on that Resonating Strike. I suspected the Lee Syndrome to come in again. Ooh.
No. Oh, that's a good shot onto the Janet.
But they don't decide to go through with it.
I wouldn't pull the trigger on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but we've seen some pretty questionable Lee Sin decisions this game so far.
That is true, but this Lee Sin, when the cards have been down, he has played it out really, really well. But at the minute, it looks like they just want to play Aram.
Well, Vladimir's in the bottom side, doesn't have teleport available. Deviant might be caught out here, will manage to get away with the safeguard. Out comes the Sub-Zero, will not be able to do... Oh, that's actually a lot of damage done to Washikobi. He stayed inside the Sub-Zero, and that's a kill over to the Caston. One more hit will do it, that's a double kill now coming through. Human Play comes through as well. Oh, that's a great Super Mega Death Rocket. Picks up a double kill there for the Jinx. Burn Dog sidesteps, but that isn't enough. He'll be taken down by the Grand Challenge from the Fiora. And that's another kill coming through from IADT. And this Cloud Fiesta just got spicy.
That Super Mega Death Rocket was clutch. That is a Satyr special, we'll call that.
Oh, don't give him the credit.
But that was a clutch rocket, and that turned that entire team fight around, gave the Fiora the chance to chase the Poppy down and clean it up. And now they're back in the lead. Let's hope we don't see another double tower dive.
Or invade into the blue buff and then just lose half your team.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's get vision around this Baron and bring it home. Make it just take the tie. But this Cassidon has picked up 3 kills now, so we've seen what the Cassidon done last game. I would still be very cautious about letting him get any sort of kill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to be very cautious about it. But he has 1900 gold available to him, so he'll be able to finish off the Morale-Nomicon if he wants to, or go towards his Archangel Staff. We'll have to wait to see how he itemizes. Actually decides to go for the Archangel Staff for that extra utility, sustainability perhaps. He doesn't want to really go for the Grievous Wounds too much. He has a bit of Magic Pen with the Oblivion Orb, but he isn't hitting these power spikes where he's coming online just yet.
No, if we look at this as opposed to last game, 20 minutes in the game, he had everything ready, completed, and now he's sitting on 1 item, well 1.5 we'll call it. So they've done a really, really good job of shutting this Vladimir down, and that is a pick on
Washikobi should be going down here. No, him playing not quite enough, but Wokai trying to find the damage, has to try and get away as well. Darcelia unbinded underneath the tower will pick up the kill onto Wokai, but Fiora is pushing in the bottom lane, will be knocked back underneath the tower, but I don't think he really cares too much just yet. Actually take a lot of damage from Bird Dog here.
Yeah, that Poppy's got so much armor right now, and this is a Caston. He needs to get out of dodge. Peace out, run buddy!
Oh, flash used by Bird Dog, we'll get the slow from the passive. Wokai just gonna pick up the kill slowly but surely, parried, but not for long. Okay, picks up his 5th kill of the game. Should have enough to pick up his Morale very soon.
I think he should have enough already for Morale. It's just getting that back in. As we can see, there's just so much going on the map right now. It's hard to keep up with it all. They're now heading towards the top side, most likely trying to get this vision down for Baron, as the big purple worm is ready to go. But let's have a look at the items situation here at the minute. The Jinx is finished 2 items, so the Jinx is getting pretty beefy. I don't know, I'm not...
no. You do not go with Rapid Fire Cannon second.
No.
You go with Runan's Hurricane, and it's actually something that Satyr likes to talk about quite a lot, as known for being that Jinx main. You do not go with Rapid Fire Cannon. You go that 3rd, if at all, because you want to just keep hitting those rockets with your Q and just keep double stacking them.
Yeah, that's questionable. I don't play AD carry whatsoever, but that is...
I think it's just wrong.
But anyway, the Lucian has finished his 2 items, so he is beefy now. And the Poppy is just pure armor, so if the Vladimir gets onto that Poppy, he will rip straight through her.
If he can get onto the Poppy.
This is an Ocean Drake spawning. I don't think they should be fighting too much over an Ocean Drake at this point in the game.
Well, they're going to try and contest it, and then they'll be punished. Wokai goes onto Darkstelion, but it might be a fight that he doesn't want to take. Sub-Zero gets used, but will not hit onto anyone. Gets the hit with the W from the Fiora, and Disengage is successful from UCC.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I wouldn't really put too much priority at the early game. Yes, 100%. It helps so much in the lane phase. But at 25 minutes, why risk a team fight where you if they're taking that, you literally get full Baron pressure? But both teams in both games haven't really shown a big interest in the purple worm.
Which is surprising. We normally see a huge amount of priority on the Baron, or at least vision around that objective.
Yeah, maybe that's where we're going wrong in solo queue. You know, we put too much priority on Baron. But if we have a look though, UCC have no vision whatsoever on this Baron.
It's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, like their entire top side is dark, but they don't seem to be overly bothered. Like their bot side is littered in wards, but top side is a barren wasteland.
They're gonna try and establish some vision in this top side. Now they know that this Baron is really the next objective that they're going to be contesting or fighting over, and they need to try and push past the vision that's already established by IADT. These control wards are just smothering the vision that they're trying to establish.
That's what I was saying, that they forfeited all topside pressure on the Baron. Now they need to push the vision forward and get the vision out. Sorry, I stuttered there, folks. I'm sorry about that. Technical issue.
It's brain lag, don't worry about it.
Yeah, brain lag. But as we can see, the Cassian is starting to get a bit of damage to hurt that Vladimir, especially with that Morale stopping all his healing. But at the minute, it looks like they're ready to start doing the Baron dance.
Oh, they're definitely doing the Baron dance, and Burndock has his teleport available, and Fiora is going to be caught out here, use the Grand Challenge. Cassian will just peace out in the middle lane, doesn't really want to try and fight this, and probably shouldn't with 4 man strong, and the Nunu is off to the side as well.
I think they may just start this Baron up now.
It could be a 50-50 smite fight, even with the Nom from the Nunu, so they have to be very careful here. Might want to peel at any point. 6,000, 5,000, 4,000 almost health on the Baron, and they decide to peel here. Maybe looking for the fight. They are onto the Kassadin. He has to try and use his Rift Walk to safety, and comes the teleport as well from the Poppy. Kicks back. Wokai manages to survive. Monsoon isn't enough to keep the Jaina alive. 18 goes with the Resonating Strike, and Rusty Tail will be going down. That's 2 kills coming over to the side of UCC. They give up Baron pressure as well.
See, that's what happens when your front line runs off to chase a kill. Like, the Nunu, fair enough, they secured the kill, but he left his squishies in the back with all their DPS. I'm not sure if I would call worth on that whatsoever.
It's a bit of a weird call, but the bind will land once again, and Poppy's gonna try and deter them from going in with her W, and they're just trying to siege in this tower without the wave, and they just need to wait for it.
Yeah, we'll see now that clearly the teams are listening to the cast because Jinx has now picked up her Rune and Hurricane.
Picked it up third, a little bit of a weird item priority there.
Yeah, but that's a 3-item Jinx now. It's getting to that point where Jinx is going to be scary. And she will just rip through these team fights given the time. So
if she can get the time, but the Casa will want to go onto her, so will Washikobi on the Morgana, and especially Deviant ADR who wants to kick her back into the team.
Yeah, it just relies on Nunu not running away from the fight with a snowball. Nunu needs to sort of be there to be that threat on the front line. The Fiora, though, Fiora on the sidelines though, she has TP available. She's happy enough to split push the entire way. Poppy has no TP available, so I would be looking to start this Baron. Try and secure it, because if Poppy doesn't have TP, Fiora can TP out, get to the Baron, then there's a 5v4. The Poppy's at the other side of the map, can't do anything to stop it, and they should just rip through the team. At this point in the game, I would say Fiora is more than capable of killing the Kassadin.
Well, you might want to put that to the test, but Poppy's going to rotate over towards this Baron area, and they want to re-establish some vision. Swiggle is going to go in, Sanguine Pool was used, but that's a Hextech ultimate coming in from the Jinx, and that's going to be a kill coming through the castle. We'll pick that up, and Janna will be going down, and this is not what you want on the side of IADT. The double kill comes through now, looking for more here, as the Fiora is trying to put in a huge amount of work. Deviant will be going down as the grand challenge will be coming to fruition. Washikobi going to be the next target here. Does he have enough damage? Burn Dog will secure the kill with the passive Buckler, and that's the ace coming through in favor of UCC.
Weird team fight there. Why did they force it so hard? But again, they were fighting without the Jinx present. At this point, like, Vladimir and Jinx are your main sources of DPS. Fiora shouldn't be in the team fight unless it's to clean it up. So, and as was seen there, when Fiora did get the chance to map up, she got 2 kills, which was really well played, I must admit. But they shouldn't be taking team fights like that at all. But luckily, they took enough members out that they couldn't really capitalize on it.
But they couldn't take the Baron at least.
The goal difference is basically non-existent now. So it's everybody's game to play for. The Lucian has picked up an Executioner's Calling as well, so that's 2 forms of Grievous Wounds for that Vladimir. And item-wise, the Jinx looks like she might be building towards... That's why with the
Lord Dominic's probably against the Poppy.
Possibly. I don't think she would need it, to be honest. If you're considering Jinx to be like the sole DPS of the team, I don't think Lord Dominic would be a smart buy.
What would you rather see?
Maybe something with a bit of still, like even a Bloodthirst or something to keep her in them fights for longer.
So maybe a Blade of the Rune King, it shreds percentage health damage as well onto the Poppy, and lifesteal slow.
Yeah, even a Blade of the Rune King wouldn't be the worst choice. I just think the Jinx needs a little more sustain in these fights, because as we've seen in the last fight, if she was kiting well, but she wasn't regenerating any health from the kiting, so it was only a matter of time before they killed her. If she had lifesteal in her build, she could kite and regenerate health. So she could effectively maybe get a kill off the back end, maybe get 2 kills, depending on how much lifesteal. But I think that's my issue with this build. Oh, she heard me and she just picked up a Vamp Scepter. Thank you.
Actually, could be building towards a Death Stance with that.
Yes, I was just about to say it could be a Death Stance. Again, I like the Death Stance. Death Stance is such a good item, and very underrated item. Oh, but it looks like we're going to have a 50-50 or a Palin fight.
Yeah, Fiora's on the side. Actually was started off by the soil from Washikobi. They're gonna clear away this vision once again, down to 5,500 health on the Baron. And Keeper's Verdict doesn't knock anyone back, and Darkstelion uses his Sub-Zero. Gonna try and fight the damage. Burn Dog on the backside. He is the target. Samu gonna be culled down. Doesn't have enough damage just yet. Sweel goes golden here. At least it will be going down as well. That's a double kill coming through for Rusty Tail. The triple kill. Looking for more here as Kydra has to flash away. Still being hit by rockets with the help of that rapid fire cannon. He will not be able to get much more. Actually hits with the zap. That's the quadra kill coming through. Unofficial though. They are onto the Baron. Only the Castellan alive traded 2 for 4.
That's what I was saying, Dark Soul. Give that Jinx time. She will just shred through a team. They managed to keep everybody off the Jinx. The Jinx was free firing. Got excited and then just snowballed the fight from there. The Castellan maybe looking to try and steal this or get a kill onto the Janna, as she is low. But
dude doesn't have a lot of mana or a lot of health, and Rusty Tail will be going down as well. And will he be able to pick up the Janna? Darkstelion trying his best. Double kill comes through. Will it make it a triple? He has the mana shield, but will not be enough. Darkstelion keeps alive and keeps the Baron.
That's Baron on one person, by my count. I think the rest of the members were dead when the Baron was secured.
Everyone else was dead.
Yeah. Again, I gotta give it to the Castellan. Smart move. Pick up 2 squishies, get the Baron buff off 2 people. That way they can't play around any more than 1 lane at a time. So yeah, I would call it worth. I would trade my mid laner for 2 Baron buffs off somebody all day long.
And Mercurial Scimitar has been picked up by Rusty Tail as well. Another thing that you can build with the pickaxe and the Vampiric Scepter that we seem to completely forget about there for a minute. But it will give him that QSS ability if he gets hit by a binding from Washikobi, so it's good to have that. And it also has lifesteal.
Yeah. Again, Mercurial Scimitar, not an item everybody would say is essential, but situationally you do need it. And in a game like this, with a Morgana, yes, 100%.
And level 16 has been reached by Wokai on this Castellan, so that is the mark where his ultimate has reached the best level possible. He has 6 stacks on his Darksteel as well, not as good as 24 stacks on the Magi's that we saw him have in the last game, but Squiggle could be caught out here. No, Tides of Blood will get used as well, the Sanguine Pool, just to poke him out a little bit, and he will get away with his team.
Yeah, well, if we'll just take a quick look here at the goal differential, IADT still have a pretty healthy goal lead, and with 1 Baron buff they can just siege down these outer turrets to extend that goal lead.
Yeah, just taken down so quickly, so easily, and this is going to be an Elder Drake as well, which will empower their auto attacks even more, make them more speedy because of the double Cloud Drake, and more regenerative because of that Ocean Drake they have, but could be collapsed upon or contested by the side of UCC. He will land onto Squiggle, but already down to 8,500 health points on that Elder Dragon. Pushing up in the middle lane, Wokai might try and find the turret damage, but he's actually going to come in Squiggle. Will go in with the Lee Syndrome, knocked back with Keeper's Verdict. That's a flash in by Wokai by Washikobi. That's 2 kills coming through, 2 quick kills in favor of IADT. The Vladimir picks them both up. Lee Sin has to try and get away on the backside. Wokai has to back and try and defend.
Right now, you couldn't be any happier if if you tried. If you're IADT, everything seems to be going perfect for them in this game. They've got Baron, they've got Elder. Lee Sin has to waste the kick. Oh, Penguin Dab. And here come the cavalry.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say that when you said here they come.
It's that synergy, Dark Soul.
Yeah,
It's that synergy.
I know. We're so good together, Rob.
Easy boy.
They're going to take this spot lane inhib tower, take the inhib as well for free, not really able to contest 3 versus 5, 3 versus 4 I should say. The Janna is still dead for the time being, and as they're starting to respawn, they got to reset.
They were smart there, they pressured the bottom side. Oh, they've got to catch on.
Yeah, he's just got to go down. Goes golden in the Sanguine Pool as he comes back up. Will be killed by the Dragon Rage kick. Actually, just an auto attack I think there.
Yeah, that was an auto. But, as I was saying before that fight broke out, very smart of them to take the bottom side inhib because it's the furthest away from the Baron. So now they may be looking set up for the second Baron and crack open the base.
4,000 gold ahead now, not yet having full items on anyone, almost on Rusty Tail, building towards that Lord Dominic's now, or if you wanted to, build towards the other Last Whisper item.
I think it will be Lord Dominic's because there's not a whole load of lifesteal to justify a Mortal Reminder. But if we see now, they should be rotating up to the top side to start pressuring top because somebody will have to answer bot. That's the biggest biggest distance you can cover. Split the team up, and if they do try and fight you in the top side, the super minions will just push into their base. And either way, they'll have to answer it. You will have a 4v5 team fight, and you can just take objectives.
Jinx is going to back now and finish her full build. Because he has 1,500 gold available. Will be the Lord Dominic's picked up, so that's a 5-item Jinx at this point. Has the Janna available as well to help him out with the Ardent Sensor and the Redemption, so gonna be hitting like a truck if he can get free firing in those team fights. Have to hard focus the Jinx, and if they can't, then maybe they will just end up losing these team fights.
Well, we've seen so far what happens when Jinx gets excited. She has just turned team fights completely around. We've also seen what happens if they pick the Jinx off. So it will just come down to Nunu and Vladimir on that front line to give Jinx enough space to get the free firing going.
23 seconds till the Baron is spawning. They're gonna siege in this tier 2 tower in the middle lane. Poppy is forced to see to the minions in the bottom side, the super minions pushing into the base. Now they're pinging towards the enemy team in their own jungle. Mine will land onto Squiggle, but they're running scared from UCC, even with Guardian Angel on Deviant ADR, and they're looking for to run them down.
Oh, we gotta catch up with Morgana here.
Yeah, he'll just be going golden, trying to buy time. Sub-Zero comes out, keeps a verdict as well. Samu goes in with the flash, but he will be cut down in his prime. They're looking for to continue this fight as in goes the Vladimir, gets the kill. That's the double. Deviant still has his Guardian Angel available, but he will not be going back in. That's the triple coming through for Squiggle, and that has to be the game in favor of IADT. They super minions pushing into the base. They have a Nunu, they have a full item Jinx. They're just gonna end this game right here, right now. Only 2 versus the world.
Well,
that's a lot of damage, but it won't be enough. As AC Lucy will just be going down toward that. Sorry, AC Lucy will be surviving. Wokai will just be going down. That will be the Nexus being the target now. And the tie comes through for IADT.
What a team fight that was. Like, I thought it was going to go south after the Fiora lunged in and basically ended. But again, it just shows you what happens when Jinx gets them items and is allowed to free fire. Nobody was getting near the Jinx at all.
Yeah. And just tore up the health bars.
And IADT just completely turned that loss on their head, basically saying, look, that was a fluke, we'll show you what we can do. And they shown us, like, that's a 1-for-1. Well played to both teams, respective in their games. They got their leads, they closed the game out. Should we award an MVP?
We should, but we should award an MVP for both teams for both games, because we forgot to award an MVP the last game.
Right, we shall MVP for UCC.
Okay.
I would say Washi Kobe for the Morgana binds, personally.
Okay.
Game 1, I just felt the impact was there.
It was. Like, to be fair, it was.
Missed one binding the entire game, and if you play Morgana, you know how hard them things are to hit at times.
Even though it has an outrageously large range.
Okay, AD carry me in. So we shall agree on Washi Kobe.
I say Wokai, but I'll give it to Washi Kobe. I'll give it to Washi Kobe.
No, it's okay.
Washi Kobe had great bindings, actually great positioning, just played it really well. But for this game, who are you going to give the MVP to for IADT?
100% Dark Leon.
I'll agree with that.
100%. He played outrageous.
He found the pressure.
Yeah, he picked the pressure up early, put the team in his back and said, don't worry guys, Uncle Dark Leon's here to help. And that's just the way the game went.
Good job. And he itemized for the team as well. He went Zeke's, he went Knight's Vow as well, just to make sure that the Jinx will stay alive and be able to do that damage.
again, Uncle Darstelion, always there to help out. Itemization and everything. So yeah, definitely MVP Darstelion.
MVP Darkstelion, MVP Washikobi as well for this series. And that will be it from us, unfortunately, for tonight. And it actually ends the standings 1 win, 1 tie, 3 losses for IADT, and 1 win, 3 ties, and 1 loss for UC NetSoc Rebels. So as I said, that will be it from us. That will be it from Rob. I will dominate Doyle. If you want to say goodbye, Rob.
Farewell, folks. And can we get a wee shout out in the chat for Dara Darksoul McOwen for his phenomenal casting skills? It has been a pleasure, Dara, as always.
Thank you very much for casting with me. And it was me, Dara Darksoul McOwen. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, have a good night.